Welcome to the Celebrate Arkansas podcast. I'm Jocelyn Murphy, the managing editor. Today I'm speaking with Kevin Gindi, the co-founder and president of Scent Theory, and Chuck Swisher, who is the brand ambassador, but also a rodeo clown. Is that the correct way
Yeah,
to say it, Chuck?
yeah, you could say that. Rodeo bullfighter is the actual correct terms, but yeah,
Bullfighters. We'll see.
clown is
That's
pretty much the same thing.
so okay. Well, bullfighter sounds a little cooler.
Yeah, a little tougher for sure.
So, thank you guys so much for chatting with us today.
Yeah, yeah, very glad to be on here.
Yeah, very excited to be here with you, Jocelyn.
So, we are chatting because Scent Theory has launched a new line. Is that an accurate way to say it with the Kingfisher products?
Uh, Almost like a brand, I would say, more a
A new,
lifestyle,
okay.
where, we really have developed this, not just to be a few products, but more of something that, people could really get on board with and really sink their teeth into, become part of our community. And I think that's one of the keys is really just being part of a community with us.
So, in what way? How do you envision a brand allowing people to become part of a community like that?
Well, in this case, what do you do with, in this, what's your daily routine? You spend most of your time on your phone these days, so I want to break you out of that. That's been a mission from the beginning, to break you out of the day-to-day mundane things and connect you back to what matters. So, we do that a lot here with Scent, but we do that a lot in this, with Kingfisher. We do that by connecting back to the roots of with Chuck with Kingfisher. We really delve into what the land is and what working on the land and being part of a small vibrant community and how that shapes. In my opinion, the fabric of America. I know that sounds a little um, poetic, but at the same time, it's the reality. So we want to foster that. We want to foster that community. We want to foster being part of something, and providing great value at if just for that 10 5 10 20 minutes, whatever your shower routine is, right? Break you out and have a little fun.
Yeah. That maybe it does sound a little poetic, but truly that's kind of the whole thing that we do at Celebrate. We're celebrating the people and businesses that make Arkansas what it is, but part of that is really, you could say, romanticizing, but I think it's maybe more helping people remember things that you take for granted more than, oh, I'm being overly romantic about, the identity of Northwest Arkansas or whatever it is. That's how I choose to view it. So maybe it's a little
See, that's
poetic,
why
but
you're the
it's
host,
also
Jocelyn. You could articulate that so much better than us.
it's what I trade in. So so tell me how you guys got connected. How did you meet? How did you start working together? What is this partnership?
So, the origin of it really is we were looking for something special out there. We were looking to connect, and develop a brand that would speak to a broad group of people, but at the same time be very targeted. So, on our journey to find Kingfisher and this whole thing, I'll fast forward because we'll probably go back to it later. We went out to Kingfisher, Oklahoma, and we actually attended the holiday gala. And it was such an amazing night. It was a lot of fun. We got to sit and talk to everybody, um, and and that's where Chuck and I met. And from there, we kind of developed a great relationship. And it was a no-brainer when we got the opportunity to partner with Chuck, um, because like he said, he rides bulls, and Kingfisher Grooming is all about the hardworking men, of this country, and whether that's in an office in New York, or whether that's working out somewhere in the South, or whether that's working in the land and pre- riding bulls. Everyone wants to feel that.
Mhm. So tell me from your side, Chuck, how did you get involved or come on to the Kingfisher brand?
Yeah, so very much like Kevin said, they came out to the gala, and it was very cool. Like I, you guys talking about how romantic it is or whatever. It does seem like that. It's funny whenever you kind of sit back and you think of small town Oklahoma, and like the hardworking people of it. Like Kingfisher is, I feel like the heart and soul of that. So it's so cool to see a company come in, like Kingfisher Grooming, and like want to like dig their roots into here, because that's what we're all about. And yeah, they came to the gala, and it was an amazing event. And actually, my wife was the one who was like, "We need to talk to them. Like, this is a perfect fit. Like, they're looking for hard, or like they're promoting hardworking people, and we are hardworking people. We rodeo for a living. We live on a ranch. We have a beef business. Uh, we're kind of the dirt road people. So it's very much like a perfect connection."
Yeah. Well, you're close geographically to us, so I'm familiar
Yeah,
with this area of the country. Bentonville is working very hard to feel less small town
yeah,
in some ways, in some good ways, and trying to maintain a lot of small town feel in some ways as well. But
yes, ma'am.
I'm familiar with small town
Yeah,
America, and I think it's interesting. So Scent Theory has a primarily female clientele, right? And then you wanted to, was it more about inclusivity, wanting to bring men in on the products, or was it more just this kind of ethos and this idea of kind of speaking to the hardworking Americans like we've been talking about?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't go as far as say inclusive. I think you know, product in the end is for everybody. Our core here is providing great value, high quality. And we don't think, unfortunately, we found in the market today, a lot of those times, those two things are not connected. People equate high quality with high price, and value with low price. And I think what we strive for is to connect those two. And so, high quality product, great value, affordable pricing, and more for your buck, more bang for your buck when it comes to the product. And I mean, is that not what America is about, like in general? Like, is that not, I know Chuck lives that every day. So when we, to go back to that, it was an easy connection to Chuck there, and it was an easy connection to Kingfisher, Oklahoma, and to Bentonville. I mean, there are, and we'll get into it, but there are ties between the two, right?
I was gonna say, let's go ahead. There's another tie between Bentonville and Kingfisher, Oklahoma. Which of you guys would like to reveal what it
Yeah.
is?
Well, I'll let the native hometown Chuck here jump on that, because I think he's seen it more than I have.
yeah. So not a lot of people know Kingfisher was Sam Walton's hometown. He was
Mhm.
born and raised here, and for somebody of that stature to be from Kingfisher, Oklahoma, that's pretty big. Like he would be the famous guy of Kingfisher for sure. He's kind of a big deal. Walmart is here, obviously, and obviously Bentonville is a huge part of Walmart as well. So yeah, it's very very cool to have, or I guess to be pulling into town and there's a sign that says "Home of Sam Walton, Kingfisher, Oklahoma." So yeah,
Yeah. And that, I mean,
So
that really connects the two really well. But I mean, Sam Walton's all about hard work, right? Like, I mean,
mhm,
he didn't he embody that throughout his life. I mean, he didn't change. No matter what success did to
mhm.
him, what Walmart became, he didn't change. He stayed that guy, driving his red Ford, having his old Roy next to him at meetings. So that's part of the ethos. That's part of what Kingfisher was bringing in there. That
Mm,
hardworking for the man, for the people, for the male customer, who are out there. And like I said, whether it be in uh, you know, working out hard, and wanting to get a good scrub down, or some of the other products that we have in the line here, we always went back to that one thought is, how do we make this for that hardworking male?
mm. Well, that's what I was going to ask. Living in Bentonville, I'm and Celebrate obviously does a lot of partnership with Walmart and the supplier community. So we're pretty familiar with the values that are leading all of the thought leaders, I guess, at Walmart, the values that are driving the decisions that are being made and wanting to provide that value and good quality, of course, are, two of the leading values. But I guess I'm just curious, knowing what I know about the Walmart culture and how much it was developed out of Sam Walton's personal values. Is that also kind of pervasive in Kingfisher, the town, Chuck?
Yeah, yeah, very much so. Like I said, we're very much a hardworking town. You can drive up and down Main Street and just you can see uh, the hard workers of the town. I mean, driving up and down Main Street, it's like 2 blocks, so it's very small and everybody knows everybody. So you kind of have an idea of I guess how much people work around here, and we're a big wheat pasture and oil and cattle
Mm.
company or country. So that's kind of like what we're built off of, And if you look at any of that, being a farmer, being a rancher, even being a oil man, none of it's easy. So it's all very, very much hardworking, and so yeah, I would say this is hardworking central for sure.
Well, and it's not just about hardworking, like the physical work of it. There's the community aspects and the treating people well, and
Yeah,
those kinds of values too that are I feel like a lot of people think are very present in those kinds of
yeah,
environments where,
yeah.
yeah, people are doing honest work and they're working very hard to in some of these like backbone of the country kinds of jobs.
Yeah, very much so. You can, like I said, if you're driving through town, if you see somebody with a flat, they're not going to be there for too long because there's going to be a handful of people stepping out. Whether you're a business owner or just a passerby, or you're going to stop and be willing to lend a hand. It's very much the Hallmark feel, like the Hallmark movie feel. Kingfisher's that spot, and like I said, it is. It's funny, like sitting back thinking about small town Kingfisher, like how romantic it actually is. It's very cool to see the old farmers or the locals in town and everything. Like we're all in this together. We're all fighting the same fight, and there's no need for us to compete against each other. We're all going at the race at the same time, the same place, and all. So
And with
Yeah, I
warmth.
love
I
that.
mean, really, with
yeah,
they. I mean, they Chuck and everyone in Kingfisher when we were there, and our whole team went out there and sat down and walked and had coffee and ate in restaurants, and everyone was so warm, so welcoming, like, and they didn't know who we were or what we were doing there. We came to learn, and we made friends. I mean, we still talk to today. I mean, obviously, we talk to Chuck all the time, but Sean at the Chamber of Commerce, we talk to her every few weeks. Gretchen at the Kingfisher store. Oh, sorry, Kingfisher Walmart local store there. We talk to her quite often. So I mean, they not only did they welcome us, they embraced us, and they kind of made us like family, which is it was just, I mean, it's so nice to feel like. I mean, you go there, I feel like everyone knows who I am and who everyone on the team here is. It's a great feeling.
there's not many strangers in Kingfisher, Oklahoma. You could say,
It
whether
sounds
it's
like
your first time ever or you've been here for 100 years, everybody's gonna just doors wide open. So
it sounds like there's kind of some kind of ongoing relationship too between the town and scent theory.
I mean, as much as we can, as much as we can foster. Where, like I said, we do work with the Chamber of Commerce still. We connect with Chuck, connect with everyone. A lot of people who we met there. So as much as we can be connected, we are. And I mean, we try to embody it even in the packaging. I mean, this is a mural that's on the side. I don't know if you could see this, but it's inside the box there.
Mm.
It's a mural that's on the side of, I believe it's the local newspaper building down there, and it's Old Town Kingfisher, but meets Newtown as well. So we try as much as possible to be as authentic, and that's why we need we need Chuck on our team here because we need to make sure that he is helping guide any um, anything that connects back to the community, really.
Mm. I love those touch points though of having those tangible pieces from the small town involved in the branding. That's really cool. So let's go back a little bit and talk about some of the development when Scent Theory has decided this is a brand or a lifestyle that you want to bring into Scent Theory. How did you come up with Kingfisher? How did you come up with the branding? How did you come up with the line? Like, can you tell us about some of the development?
A lot of long hours of sitting in the room, not and I'm here on this podcast. I wish I could have everybody that sits behind this wall with me because you know, as much as where I sit, it takes a village, it takes a team, and I have some of the best people personally, I think in the world working on this. So, we got in a room, we locked ourselves in there for a little bit. We had some good ideas, we had some terrible ideas, but we ended up landing on Kingfisher when we really dove into Walmart and what the history is. And I'm a firm believer in you have to learn about the past in order to move forward. Otherwise, you repeat your mistakes, kind of thing. But the product really came out. The brand really came out of just our love for what we do from a product standpoint, from a branding standpoint, but from you know the history of where Walmart started, or really where Sam Walton started. And it was like this, the team here will say this like aha moment when we
Mhm.
finally arrived at Kingfisher Grooming, because it just made sense and it felt really good. It felt like we were paying homage or respect to Sam Walton, um, and it was something that we can co-collaborate with the merchants at Walmart really, and that was a key. We wanted to make sure we can get their buy-in, because anyone can put together a great product, right? But product
Mhm.
is not what it's about. It's about the brand. It's about building the community. It's about providing great products, obviously, but great value as well. Um, so it made sense, right? We're living the Sam Walton world and dream of providing the best product, the best value to everyone. Why not start where he started?
It makes all the sense in the world to me, but again, as someone living in Bentonville who's constantly around that messaging and that celebration of his legacy makes all the sense in the world to me. So, Chuck, you and your wife uh, were introduced to Kevin at that gala that you guys were talking about.
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so then you felt moved to we got to talk to these people. What happened from there? What kind of capacity were you hoping to be involved in, or did it just like evolve naturally?
So really, it was my wife's idea. She's very much the business
Isn't
mind
that where
behind.
all good ideas start
Yeah,
from,
yeah, yeah,
Chuck?
yeah. She's very much so. She's very much the business mind behind the Swishers, I guess you could say. I'm more of the you point me in the direction, I'll go do it. I'll get my hands dirty and I'll get to work. And she's like, we need to reach out to these people because this is like I said earlier, this is a perfect match. They're a grooming company in Kingfisher for hardworking men. And she's like, Chuck, you rodeo, you have a beef business, we ranch, like you're a hardworking person. This is a perfect fit. So I think she was actually the one to reach out, and then we just kind of started a relationship slowly, and we just continued to grow and grow and grow. And I think this was the gala in December, January last year, maybe.
I think it might have been in January.
Yeah, I think January sounds right. I think we actually got an
It,
email for the next one coming up, but yeah, we so we've been been with Kingfisher for about a year now, and they've been a fantastic company to be involved with. And another thing going back is it's very cool too, like for the Kingfisherites to like have a company like Kingfisher Grooming come in, and kind of uh, not to I guess to kind of give us props in a way for what we do, not trying to like get a big head or anything like that, but it's cool for a
Right,
big,
that's what we're doing,
yeah,
though. We're
yeah,
here with this conversation,
yeah.
so go ahead.
It's very much cool for a big company like that to come in and be like, they put their finger on Kingfisher, Oklahoma, and it makes everybody around town feel like, dang, like we're doing something, people recognize us and everything, so it's very cool to be part of uh, one, to be part of the brand of Kingfisher Grooming, but also be another part of Kingfisher, Oklahoma. So it's I don't know, it's such a cool story and how it all works and everything, and I'm just very very happy and honored to be a part of both.
Yeah, and I'll add this. When we were out there, we noticed something, the team noticed like everywhere you go, every single place you go in Kingfisher, there's this red, clay everywhere.
Mm.
And while on one of the first calls with Chuck was, we mentioned it and he's like, oh yeah, it's like very native to Kingfisher, Oklahoma. This is like our land. And it had this red clay. So, I mean, the first thing we hung up that call and we're like, how we had our first bar soap, and our first bar soap has ground oats and wheat in it, and that was supposed to tie back to the land and Kingfisher, Oklahoma. And then when we got there and we noticed this, we said, oh, we need to develop something into this. This is like liquid gold almost. This is what they are. So we developed a new bar that's coming out this in a couple weeks. It's our moisturizing bar, and it's with red clay,
Mm.
and it is absolutely amazing. I mean, the scent is incredible. So I mean, I do credit Chuck with kind of helping us get there. Because on that first phone call, I think Chuck, I don't know if you remember it, but you were like, "Yeah, it's everywhere. It's on our shoes, like it's on our bumpers," and I was like, and I think you mentioned it. It is good for the skin as well. It's like detoxing and something. So we're like, oh, no brainer. Like take something that is native there and bring it into the product line, and so we can tie back into the community. And to Chuck's point, make it feel like it's part of the culture there. It's part of the everything.
Wow.
I mean, and it really runs through the veins of Kingfisher, Oklahoma.
Yep,
Mm. You
yep.
didn't know you were a skincare innovator, did you, Chuck?
No, no. A brief funny, real quick. So my cousin is actually one of the editors of the Kingfisher Times and Press. So he's a big sports guy, and every time I make a post or something about Kingfisher grooming, he'll send me a private message, and he's like, "Isn't it funny how the Swisher with the least amount of hair has a soap company sponsoring him?" And so yeah, I always got to get a good
Uh,
I get a good laugh at my
Oh,
cousin. I was like, well, it's tough being the more popular Swisher of Kingfisher, Oklahoma. So
sorry, cuz.
yeah,
we'll tell him it's much cooler to be a bull rider than a
yeah, yeah,
journalist these
yeah,
days.
exactly, exactly.
Well, I love that you brought up that point about using the clay and really tying to the land in that way. Tell me about some of the other like specifications, I guess, of the product line. Like what were some of the priorities when this brand was being developed for these hardworking guys? For everyone, but hardworking men too.
Well, listen, the product is for everybody.
Yeah.
We're not going to say it's, one person or one group. Like, it's for everybody. And it's funny, some of our best online content has been this organic videos from women saying that they love it, that, I think the Smoky Mountain Vanilla, someone said like, oh, it reminds them of Tom Ford, I don't know, Smoky Vanilla or something like that. Um, but so we do have that customer, but
Mhm.
we are unapologetically for the hardworking men. There's plenty of products out there that try to blur the lines and be for just for everybody, and I think it's time we provide a great hardworking product for hardworking men of this country, and where getting a little off topic, we saw the market, and how we got into this and how we developed it. We spoke about a lot of the early things, but when we started sitting down on paper and saying, like, where are we going with this? One of the things that I was super passionate about, and the team was passionate about, is attainability. Great value, putting the product first. And that's what we feel like we developed. So everything in the line is under $5. And that was
Wow.
intentional. So 4.98 at Walmart every single day, no coupons, no, buy two, get one for nothing like that. I mean, we are unapologetically for male, for great value, great sense. And honestly, I mean, don't you want to don't you want to see that on your counter? Like, it's a
Yeah.
great, beautiful bottle.
It's
Um,
very aesthetic. It's very clean. It's very neutral. It's got a very clean look to it.
and all the scents are, outdoorsy of some sort. So, this is our
Mhm.
Smoky Mountain and vanilla. We have sage and eucalyptus, bergamot and amber woods. So they're all a woody scent, a woody musk. Um, but that tie into different, scent profiles. So it's kind
Mhm.
of something for everybody. We have, like I mentioned, the new bar is a bourbon and vanilla bar. Um, this is, eucalyptus and sandalwood in our bar here. So we really wanted to make them scents that, men love. But it is funny that we are seeing a lot of women want to wrap themselves in these scents as well. Maybe they want to feel like, their boyfriend's sweater or something like that.
It's there is an attractiveness to that. So, well, Chuck, when you started using the products, then what kind of just as we've been discussing, I would imagine working on a ranch and working in rodeo, you need some more intense products sometimes maybe. So when the Kingfisher line and brand, when you started working with them and using those products, just for yourself personally, what kind of difference did you notice?
Yeah, just like Kevin said, the scents of them are amazing. And for me, like you said, just being a rodeo or rancher guy, I'm not a huge like, oh, we need to go buy the top of the line soap. I'm like, let's just get a bar of soap and we'll go and get the job done. But my wife, I feel like she's part hound dog. She can smell out something from a mile away. And whenever she actually got to, I think we got our first package of Kingfisher in. She was like, Chuck, you're wearing this no matter if you're part of the team or not. Like, this is the best smelling stuff that I've ever smelled. So yeah, if and my deal is, if she likes it, I like it. The wife is always right. Happy wife, happy life. And
There you go.
but no, just going back to it, Kingfisher. It's there's been days where I've literally been out in the pens and I come back in and I'm covered from head to toe in dirt and mud and I smell like a cow pen, and to be able to shower and use the soap, this bar of soap is probably actually my favorite smelling of all of them. And then to be able to use a body wash as well, I come out and I'm smelling like a rose. And yeah, it's such a good deal.
We got to
Yeah,
get you
I
the
love
new
that.
bar, Chuck. It
I,
just
I've
came
I've
in.
got one.
You got one? They
I
sent.
didn't
Okay,
I didn't know if I could bring it out or not, so I hid it in the back.
you can do whatever you want. There's no rules on that. No.
Yeah,
We are launching in about 4 weeks actually from today. It'll be on shelf. But yeah, I mean, pre 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 teasing it to the market now.
There you go. And the Kingfisher products you can get only at Walmart or on walmart.com,
That is
correct?
correct. Yep.
Okay. And what
Unapologetically pro Walmart on that as
that's right.
well.
again kind of makes sense since it's literally named after his
That's
hometown.
right.
So
That's right.
it
The
kind of makes
the
sense.
brand is as loyal as the town.
I love that. That is a great line, Chuck. That's a
Yeah.
great line. So
Chuck,
what would
we
you
might
guys
have to use that in our marketing.
Go right on
The
ahead.
brand is as loyal as our town. I like
Yeah.
it.
did you study marketing, Chuck? That
No,
is a really great line.
my wife did, and she's always beat me over the head with good
There
marketing. So
There it is. So what would you guys say to someone who maybe sees it on the shelf and is like, oh, I don't know what that brand is, or here's this podcast and is thinking about trying out a couple of products, what would you tell people to expect or look out for?
I'd say try it. The only way, we'll convert you right away to a Kingfisher man. You'll love the scent, you'll love the product, you'll love the price, you'll love the value. Um, I almost guarantee anyone who tries it will come back again.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, just like he said. The thing too is once they try it, they're gonna instantly love the smell of it, but also love the price of it. For small town Kingfisher, it's cool seeing like one of my good friends. He's a welder by trade. He builds fence, and another guy is a carpenter. Two guys that I would never think that would ever even smell a bar of soap, let alone remember a name of one. They come up to me, they're like, "Chuck, that the Kingfisher Grooming bar of soap might be the best smelling for the best price I've ever had in any soap." And I'm like, "You guys pay attention to your soaps, you know?" So it's cool to see Kingfisher like actually reaching the hardworking men and women of America. It's awesome that people are noticing that they're, like I said, the price is amazing, the smell is fantastic. So yeah, you gotta try it, and like I said earlier too, if your wife likes it, then you're gonna like it. So
And this bar, which is our first bar, which is the exfoliating bar, it is. I mean, if you are at all hard work, working in the field, work coming back from a hard workout, whatever it is, this has grit in it, and it just scrubs everything right off of it. So it kind of puts it
Mm.
all in one place. So I mean, this is my favorite. This is my go-to every single day. I'll be honest with you. My wife uses it as well. So I have to bring more home, but
Yeah.
there's something for everybody. So we have the grip bar, we have the moisturizing bar, or we have the three body washes. So if you're a bar guy, we have you covered. If you're a body wash guy, we have you covered. And I know that there's a scent for everyone in this line. So we're trying to make it as accessible as possible, but at the same time, have a little fun with it. Our bars are huge, and that's on
It
purpose.
is really
They're
big.
manual. Uh, you know, they are. We joke around that they make your other bar feel insecure. Uh, but so we do have a little sense of humor, but
Kingfisher's got jokes.
hardworking products. Great quality products, great packaging, great smelling. Uh, if there's another thing out there that someone wants, please message us. I will put it in the product because that's what we've come up with so far here.
Yeah. Well, it's super exciting to see, even just in the short amount of time that Kingfisher Grooming has been in the works and been in development. You're already coming out with a new product this year. So that it just seems like to me, seems like a pretty short timeline from inception to, okay, now we already had products on the market and now we're bringing out new things.
We are we are a small company. We're
Mhm.
not we haven't been around for 50 100 years. We've been around now 7 years as a company. Everyone on the team has years and years of
That's
experience.
scent theory,
Yeah, Scent
right?
Theory. Oh, sorry, Scent
Yeah.
Theory. Yeah, as a company. So what that allows us to do is be nimble. We
Mhm.
can jump on trends faster than everybody. We can produce product. We work with our partners, our fragrance houses, our manufacturers, whatever it may be, and we get to the market as fast as possible with great quality, high quality, great scents. Um, that's been always what we stand for. Been working with Walmart for thank God over 15 years now. Whether in this life or in my past, and we focus on their customer. We focus on people who want great value. So, and at
Mhm.
great values, great prices, great product. Um, And that's what allows us and that's what fuels us to get to market faster than everybody else.
Yeah. Well, it's very exciting. So I'm excited to see the new bar out on the market. And Kevin, you told us your favorite product. Chuck, what are your favorite products or scents?
My favorite scent is for sure the bar of soap, the ground oats and volcanic sand. But my
Mm.
favorite product is a royal sage and eucalyptus. That's it smells unreal. So yeah.
Well, there you go. Well, I want to thank you both so much for joining us and for telling us a little more about the Kingfisher Grooming. See, I keep wanting to call it a product line, but it's a brand. Okay,
Yeah,
with the Kingfisher Grooming brand within the Scent Theory company.
sure. Yeah,
Okay.
there's no wrong answers here,
Yeah.
Jocelyn. No,
You told me before we started, it's not that serious,
yeah,
but
no,
I just
yeah, no. Kingfisher is it's a community. We connect very closely with everybody who uses it. We want to hear feedback. We how one of the things that's always made us successful is listening, and that's going to be always part of our company. We listen to everybody, because who better to tell us what we're doing right or what we're doing wrong, um, than the customer. So you know we listened to Chuck. We got two great gems out of him just on this
Yeah.
podcast today.
I was
Um,
gonna say, yeah.
so everybody could teach us something. So we want to hear feedback from everybody. We want to be part of all these conversations, and we thank you so much for taking the time and giving us a call.
Well, we thank you guys too. And so everyone has to be sure to look out for the Kingfisher Grooming products in Walmart and on walmart.com.
Thank you
So
so much.
thank you, Kevin and Chuck. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.